Hello, welcome to chair yoga. So if you're in a wheelchair, pop the lock on the wheels and your feet will be in the footrests. If you're in a chair from the house, pick a sturdy chair that you feel supported by and get set up so your feet are on the ground. If you need to put blocks or books underneath the feet so that you have got the support under the feet, if your feet are hanging in the air, then do so. Might also want to position the feet so they're a little bit further forward from the knees, maybe a bit wider to give yourself a wide, sturdy base. And that's if you're sitting up and away from the back of the chair. If you feel like you need to get close and be supported by the back of the chair, then by all means do that. And we're going to start with a little bit of grounding and orienting to begin with. So as I said, that can be done sitting up and away from the back of the chair, or it can be done leaning into the back of the chair. You're first going to take a little gaze over to the right side and notice what you can see in your room. So I can notice a plant, table, and cream on the walls, the colour. Take a look over to the other side and notice 3 things that you see that might be different on that side. And if you can see out of the window, you could look for the horizon. You might not be able to see out the window. It might be dark outside. And then we will have the head facing forwards and take a few rolls of the shoulders. Hands can be resting in the lap as you roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times. These don't need to be like the biggest circles that you can make. It can be quite small and gentle circles. And take a moment to lean forwards and backwards a little bit. So you might in particular really notice the feeling of the back of the chair on your back when you lean back. And then as you lean forward, what can you notice there? Maybe the weight comes more into the feet. From there, we're going to imagine that there's a bowl of gloopy paint in front of any colour of your choice. And we'll dip our hands into that imaginary bowl of gloopy paint. Imagine you can feel that thick texture on your hands as you paint all the way up an imaginary wall in front of you. So inhale, palms in front, coming up. Exhale, have the fingers facing up to the sky and paint down the wall. So your palms are imagining they're pressing down on a wall in front. We'll inhale to scoop paint from the pot in front. This time the fingers are facing more towards the ground and the wrists up as you paint the imaginary wall up. On the exhale and at the top, you flip the palms to paint down. Going to do this a few more times following your pace. So you inhale, smear the paint all the way up the wall. And exhale to smear the paint down, and see if you can exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. So can you extend the out breath? Inhale, paint up, and then try and make your out breath a little bit longer. Long, slow, steady, smooth out breath. Let's do another one. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down, long, slow, steady, smooth exhale. Let the hands rest wherever's comfy. And maybe close the eyes or keep them open, whichever you feel like doing right now. Take a moment to orientate your awareness to the foundations of the body, so the feet on the ground or in their footrests, the seat bones supported by the chair, the base of the body fully supported. I'm going to shift a little further forward in my seat. You might want to do the same for this next part. So take the feet a little wider than hips width apart, so they're kind of making like a V shape in front of you. And lift tall through the top of the head, so you can feel that length in both sides of the torso. Let's start with the hands in prayer position, so palms together in front of the chest, elbows dropped. And we'll take an inhale here. Then exhale to reach the arms out to the side, like in a T shape. Inhale again at center. Exhale, look over the left side. There's a warrior two variation in chair. And we'll move with the breath. So inhale, palms together, face forwards, arms in front of the body. Exhale, arms wide, follow the gaze over the left hand. Inhale, palms back to center, face forwards. Exhale, face turns to the left side as you open the arms. This time, take the left forearm to the top of the left thigh. We'll scoop this right arm forward and then up past the ear. If it doesn't feel right to have the arm up, maybe it's tiring, you could bring that right arm down to the hip, or maybe it's the thigh. Or you could have the right arm up and over the ear. And we'll keep spaciousness in this left side rather than come into bend as like far as you might be able to, especially if you're hypermobile. Let's back out a little bit and keep space in both sides of the torso. Take a few breaths here. And also, yeah, notice that space opening up in the right side of the body, between the ribs. Inhale, both arms up as you come back to center. Exhale, palms in front of you. Inhale here. Exhale, arms wide. We'll gaze over the right side this time. Inhale, palms to center, face forward. Exhale, arms wide. Look over the right side. Inhale, arms and palms to center. Exhale, arms wide. This time we'll take the right forearm to the top of the right thigh and scoop this left arm forward, then over the ear for a side bend. This arm gets tied, you can always bring it down. Again, notice space in both sides of the torso. You might want to reposition that right arm to find the space. Got the feet rooting down, the seat bones rooting down. This can be done with the legs a little closer together if you want. Let's inhale, reach both arms up, and exhale, palms to heart center. So with all yoga, including chair yoga, it's not one size fits all. So as you're doing this, you can experiment with different ways and see which one kind of feels fitting for where you're at today. Okay, next we'll have the feet forward in front, and we're going for a variation of child's pose. So an option for that is to bring the elbows to the thighs, clasp the fingers together so that the thumbs are pointing up, and we can actually use the thumbs to apply a little bit of pressure in that point between the eyebrows. You could make a little circling motion there if you like, or you could rest the head onto the thumbs. If that doesn't feel quite right for the thumbs, you could also have the knuckles as a support. That might be a sturdier base. And if the elbows don't come to the thighs, you can stack pillows, blocks, anything like that, maybe a big bolster underneath the elbows to bring your legs a little closer. Or you can have the hands on the knees and gently fold forward this way. Again, it could be helpful to have bolster, cushions, anything like that for the head to actually rest on. Take a moment here to breathe space into the upper back. So imagine that you're really breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. Like as you breathe in, the upper back expands, and as you breathe out, the shoulders relax, head is heavy. face softens. And keep exploring this idea of softening the face. So is there maybe part where the teeth are, could the back teeth part a little bit? Maybe you even take a deliberate yawn if that feels available to you. When you're ready, let's inhale to come up. Take a moment here. And we're next going to go for a pigeon variation. So I'm going to have my left foot roughly beneath the left knee here. It could be a little further forward. Again, it's always about trying things out, seeing what feels right for you. So maybe the ankle comes to rest on the left thigh by the knee, or it might be that it rests more by the foot, like this. There's a sense of the right inner thigh rolling outwards. And you can stay seated up, so you're lifting tall through crown of the head, or you might want to take a little bow forwards, like more of a forward fold, with a sense of length in the back, a sense of lifting the chest up and over the legs. Take a few deep, expansive breaths here. Imagine you can send the breath down to the belly to expand the lower ribs as well on the inhale. Long, slow, steady, smooth exhale. With your next inhale, that can be the cue to roll up. And take a moment with both feet back to their rest, supported, before we come onto the other side. So this left foot could be leaning against the other foot. Also, you can put it on a block as well, the sense of that knee sort of leaning to the side, or you could pick the ankle up to rest on the knee pads. This isn't going to be available to everyone, so see which one suits you, and then decide whether you're going to stay in that upright position, reaching tall through crown of the head, or whether you're going to take a bow forward into more of a fold. Wherever you end up, let's take a few deep, full breaths. Sending the inhale down to the belly. Even imagine you can send the inhale down to the bowl of the pelvis. And then the exhale travels all the way up and out again. Inhale. Maybe sigh out the mouth on the exhale, an audible sigh. And your next inhale is the cue to slowly make your way back up and return that foot down. Let's roll the shoulders a few times again, gently. Then pop the arms to one side so the elbows are bent. Then we will lift to have the palms face forwards, elbows still bent. Inhale to gently reach a little bit back through the elbows, but mainly we're thinking about like opening through the chest. So you can imagine you've got a jacket on, you're just opening it zipped, and you've unzipped it and you're opening the jacket. Maybe also tilt the chin up a little bit so you're gazing up. As you exhale, wrap right arm under left and hug the arms around. Gently does it. Inhale, imagine you're opening that jacket again. There's that space between the collarbones. Exhale, change the cross of the arms and hug the arms around like wings. And we'll do this a few times. So you inhale to open, get that sense of expansion through the chest, and then exhale to hug in. This can sort of represent that dance. You can keep going, inhale, open, exhale, close. That dance between expansion and contraction, between giving and receiving, between retreating inwards and recharging, then coming out of the shell with more of an external focus. The next time that you hug in, let's stay there for a moment. Let the head drop and maybe you sway gently side to side. This can really be a posture for me that makes me think of cherishing oneself, of being really gentle with the body and hugging around your own self and saying, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm doing this practice for you to be with you. And how special is that? Take a deep breath in, fill that space between the shoulder blades on the inhale. And exhale to gently let the hands rest on the legs or wherever. You could also have the palms together in front of you. Then let's take a moment to draw a very gentle figure of 8 with the nose. And you can turn that movement into a free flow. So it might be that you turn the nose to face right, turn the nose to face left, maybe paint a rainbow up and over, gaze down. And see if you can really slow down the movement so we're not throwing our head round really fast. We're going very, very slow, deliberately slow. Then when you're ready, facing forwards, let's take a moment to relax at the end of our little mini chair yoga practice. So you can snuggle right back and feel the rest and the support of the back. You might be able to stretch your legs out a little bit if it feels supportive. I've actually got armrests here that I can rest my arms in. You might have that in your wheelchair or in your chair, or arms could be resting in the lap. Options here to keep the eyes open, to close the eyes, and to take a moment to really feel like a heaviness through the back body. So particularly in the pelvis and between any parts of the body that are touching the support of the chair. Heaviness perhaps in the soles of the feet as well. And whilst there's that feeling of heaviness through the back body, let's get a sense of lightness and lift through the front body with the inhale. So as you inhale, can you feel the belly balloon out, ribcage expand, chest lift? And as you exhale, get that sense of sinking into your support behind you. So inhale, lightness and lift in the front body. Exhale, sinking back into the support behind you. Hands heavy, palms soft. Belly soft and relaxed. It's great as well if you have a wall behind you, because you can rest the head on the wall if it's comfortable. And with this end of practice relaxation, you can always stay there for as long as you have time for as long as you want to. But if you're ready to gently come out, we'll take an inhale and an exhale. Wiggle the fingers. Get little bits of movement into areas that you can move. So maybe head side to side, toes wiggle, fingers wiggle. Maybe come forward a little bit in the chair or sort of sit up a little bit more than when you're relaxing back. Option here to bring palms together in prayer position, or one hand over the heart space, the other hand gently placed on top. If you like, you could bow your head in honor of your practice. Sometimes the most difficult part is showing up, and you've done that. If you've made it to this part of the video, then you've showed up, you've done the practice. Thank you for sharing it with me. Take an inhale, feel that gratitude towards yourself if that's available to you. Exhale, sigh out. That signals the end of our practice together, so thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time when I next make one of these videos. Bye bye.